got Patrick, and I got a blog post for this morning. This one's going to be a good one. And it's going to be on free speech. Because we need to talk about free speech in America. And Musk was right. Free speech don't exist anymore. And that is the truth. So let me get to the blog. Let me get Nugs harnessed up. And we're going to go on a walk before it gets too hot for this little punk. Hang on, let me set this down. Okay. He's like, ugh. Feels like you already went pee-pees, Nugs. You already went pee-pees. Okay. And then I gotta get my phone out and pull up in the blog post because I'm gonna read it exactly how it needs to be read. Can't go off script on this one. Heck no. Well, I could, but we're not going to. I got a disclosure for you. My freaking arm, man. I got this fucking bug bite. Yeesh. Okay. Let's pull up in the article. And this will be on my websites, multiple websites. So if you want to read Free to Speak, The American Illusion and the Silent Weight of Threats. The disclaimer, the following is an artistic and philosophical reflection. Any resemblance to real persons or entities is coincidental and should not be intended as an accusation. This is a piece about expression, not litigation. Section 1. The illusion of freedom. We grow up being told we are free to think, free to speak, free to create. But somewhere along the way, those freedoms become conditional. Free as long as you don't offend the powerful. Free as long as your truth doesn't rattle the cage of someone's comfort or their carefully curated version of events. The First Amendment, in theory, grants Americans the freedom of speech, but in practice, it often comes with an asterisk. One that's been abused, twisted, and enforced not by the courts of law, but by those with the money, power, and the audacity to pretend that criticism is a crime. Section 2. The quiet tyranny of thin-skinned authority. There is a certain type of individual who fears accountability. They wield influence not to protect others, but to shield themselves from the very consequences they project onto everyone else. These individuals aren't presidents or dictators. Sometimes they're business owners, employers, ex-partners, people who threaten lawsuit not because they've been wronged, but because they've been exposed. What do they sue over? Words. Emotion, honest expression. They weaponize contracts and lawyers to strangle opinions, not protect integrity. They call it protecting their brand, but the truth is they're protecting their egos and burning bridges behind them to silence those who dare to cross. Threaten a man's wife because she stood beside him? That's not professionalism. That's cowardice in a business suit. Section 3. The financial cost of telling the truth. Speaking the truth doesn't just cost you your peace, it can cost you your livelihood. Thousands in legal fees, lost clients, reputation damage by whisper campaigns from those too scared to face you directly. The financial damage from simply standing up for yourself can be enough to bury a small business, a family, or a career. It's not just dollars lost, it's time, momentum, emotional bandwidth. It's unpaid invoices that vanish with no consequences. It's creative work taken without attribution. It's hours of unpaid labor poured into a company that weaponizes the very content you built. Companies know this, and many count on it. They know if they can't beat your truth with facts, they can bleed you dry until you have no energy or money left to fight. This is not justice. This is strategic financial abuse. Section 4. When companies attack their own, it's one thing for a company to fail. It's another for it to turn on the very people who built it. There's a rising pattern in America. Companies going after former employees, contractors, or partners, not for theft, not for fraud, but for speaking out, for posting a review, for sharing a story, for daring to own their voice after being silenced. It's not about truth, it's about control, and the cruelty is calculated. The more personal the relationship, the more vicious the attack, because betrayal is never about rules, it's about fear of being found out. The culture of retaliation is a cancer in the workforce. It doesn't just create toxic environments, it spreads the message that loyalty is only a one-way street, and the questioning the system makes you disposable. Section 5. Courts, contracts, and the collapse of justice. What happens when you turn the courts? What happens when you turn to the courts? You expect fairness, balance, a hearing. Instead, you're often met with a cold system built for the rich. Justice in America isn't blind, it's bought, traded, and scheduled by a retainer. Your evidence might be strong, your story might be real, but if your lawyer isn't aggressive, or worse, if they secretly want to avoid the battle, then the system you believed in collapses. You watch your savings evaporate with a judge who barely knows your name, signs off on someone else's narrative. The courtroom becomes less about truth and more about patience and paperwork. Settlements don't always mean resolution. Sometimes they mean survival. Taking the least worst option after being cornered by threats and debt. Section 6. Attorneys who protect systems, not people. Some attorneys make their careers out of defending the status quo, not the law, not the truth, but a client's ability to bully. These aren't the courtroom heroes of TV dramas. They're professional silencers. They advise clients not on right or wrong, but on risk and optics. Their loyalty is not in the justice, but in contracts. And sometimes the people they're hired to protect are the ones hurting the most vulnerable. They smile through depositions, use silence as a strategy, and let morality rot in favor of an airtight NDA. They don't care about justice, they care about the invoice. Section 7. The emotional toll of having to be silent. What happens when you know the truth but aren't allowed to speak it? You don't just feel silenced, you feel erased. The sleepless nights aren't from fear of being sued. They're from the weight of swallowing your own story, from knowing that if you speak even just to vent, even in art, you risk everything. You stop trusting people. You second guess every sentence. You start editing your own thoughts before they even leave your mouth. Silence becomes a trauma, a cage built by contracts and sustained by threats. Okay, that was a random one. 8. Art as protest, expression as defense. In this blog post, in this act of writing, I claim right that has existed long before any government, long before any courtroom. The right to put emotion into words, the right to blend ink when my spirit has been gashed, the right to say, this hurt me, this tried to erase me, but I'm still here writing. Expression is not defamation. Pain is not slander. Art is not breach of contract. To speak, even under threat, is to remain human in a system that increasingly wants you to become a silent product. Section 9. What kind of freedom are we actually guaranteed? If your words are policed by fear, do you really live in a free country? If expressing your lived experiences gets you threatened with legal action, do you really have freedom of speech? Or are you simply free to stay quiet? America markets freedom like a product, patriot branding, without substance. The truth is, many Americans are only free until they inconvenience someone wealthier than them. And when that happens, you're not met with dialogue. You're met with silence, then legal threats. maybe even character assassination, all because you spoke up. Section 10. The petty patterns of control. These people aren't scared of lies. They're scared of the truth being louder than their illusion. You know them by their behaviors. The ones who talk about respect but threaten families behind closed doors. The ones who claim professionalism but throw tantrums over a review. The ones who act tough in emails but won't address issues face to face. They call it defamation. We call it lived experiences. They call it disembarrassment. We call it healing. They fear mirrors, not megaphones. And every time you speak up, they see themselves clear. That scares them more than anything you could say. 11. The personal cost of speaking up. To anyone reading this or listening who's ever been threatened into silence, I see you. Maybe you lost a job. Maybe you had your art stolen. Maybe someone tried to paint you as an unstable just for expressing grief, anger, or betrayal. Maybe your bank account shows a balance that reflects every risk you took for telling the truth. Maybe your family had to carry the emotional aftermath. You're not alone. You're not crazy. You're not overreacting. You're American. And ironically, that used to mean you had the right to speak your mind without fear. Section 12. The future we must build. We cannot let fear decide what gets said and what gets buried. We need art, not lawsuits. We need honest storytelling, not non-disparagement clauses used like digital gags. And we need to stop pretending that just because a system is legal, it's just. We need to build communities that reward honesty, not perfection. We need to educate future generations that vulnerability is not weakness and that emotional truth is just as valid as legal documentation. To be American should mean more than branding. To be American should mean more than branding. It should mean truth can live, not comfortably, not without pushback, but freely. Morning. The moment we start defending speech based only on who it benefits, we lose what makes speech free at all. Section 13. Here are my closing thoughts. Let them be petty. Let the people who silence others keep their silence. Let the petty men write threatening letters. Let them expose who they are by the way they react to your honesty. Because in the end, you're still free. Free to walk around. Free to rebuild. Free to write again. Bless you, Nugs. And they'll never have that. They'll always be trapped in the illusion of power, afraid of the one thing that can't be copywritten, your voice. Here's some notes from me. The piece is for everyone who's ever been told to shut up, back down, or be professional while being mistreated. If this resonates with you, keep writing, keep creating, and never let fear replace your freedom. God bless you, and let's enjoy the rest of this walk with some music, maybe. Yeah, I probably won't load, which is expected. Got barely any service around here. I got like something in my sock or something. Morning. 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 Yeah.
Morning. Sit. Are you gentle? Sit. Lift. Right.
Oh, good boy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, hurry.
You guys have a great day. On another note, Amy brought home the divorce paperwork, so that's all handled. Officially divorced. I mean, it's got to be filed, but that's neither here nor there. It's pretty straightforward. Wasn't like we didn't give it a good try, but at some point you gotta go, geesh, you know? Why do I keep getting dragged into shit? It's like, fuck you. It's like, Patrick has decided on a shorter walk, clearly, because it's getting toasty already. Oh, puppers, morning. She's like, oh, puppies. You can go after that puppers. Patrick, no, come on. He does a little crab walk. Cracks me out. Nope. 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 What'd I say? They're doing their thing. Nope. He's like, but I want to say hi. I know. You're good.
Thanks.
Yeah, you're good. There you go. You can go pee on your spot. He used to never really like being around other dogs, and now all of a sudden it just seems like he doesn't have anything better to do besides go sniff other dogs. And pull me around. Have fun, kids. Freaking short bus. Yeah, bless you. Walk up and down the street. Nope. Okay, he's get to sniff some pee. Nope. Yes. Insta 360. Literally like one of the only just random content creators just making content with 360 with 360 stuff. It's like, what the hell? Goodness gracious. Yeah, gotta love my investment portfolio. Down $538. I've been doing great on my trades. Fucking doing great. The yield thing really fucked me on that one, that's for sure. Had to close that and be like, you know, that ain't gonna recover anytime soon. I'm like, yeah, I got 60 days on this contract, but no. that ain't gonna bounce back. It's gonna keep going up, and then maybe the market will rebound. I don't know what the market's gonna do right now. I fucking bought Bitcoin. Fucking sucked it up and bought fucking Bitcoin. I don't know if that was good or bad, but whatever. I just bought it at, I guess, the high of right now. It was like $1,000 under, but who knows? It's like all the money I got right there. That's all I got. $563 in Bitcoin at $110,000. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I got my Bitcoin miner. Could plug that in. It makes a whopping $20 a fucking month. You know how much it uses in energy? A lot more than $20 fucking dollars a month. A lot fucking more than $20 a month. It uses 1,500 watts continuously. So every 10 hours is 15 kilowatt hours. So what's that? It's about 30 kilowatt hours a day. Over the course of a month, about 1,000 kilowatt hours, right? At, let's say, 40 cents a kilowatt hour on average, that's $400 in energy to make 20 bucks. Yeah, not gonna be plugging that guy in. Don't know at what price Bitcoin would need to be for it to fucking be worth it. Maybe $1 million? I don't know. It's funny, I was like, you can see when I had Bitcoin, I had 0.18 Bitcoin before, years ago, and sold it for like $5,500. I'm like, well, how much is it worth now? 20 grand. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, if I would have held that for 5 years, I would have quadrupled my investment. And it's like, whatever. It's like, yeah, so same with the stock market, technically. Right? Just what are you buying? Come on, let's keep walking. I got like a little stick poking me in my shoe. I could have sworn I charged the battery last night, but when I plugged it in, when I went to take the camera, it said it was only at like 75%. And I'm like, okay. Maybe I didn't charge it. Thought I did. I guess not. So, this was a really nice couple over here. I think the wife had cancer. I see they sold their home, so hope they're doing all right. Hope she's doing well. They were always really nice. Yeah, that one wasn't on the market very long. It was like, yeah. We're going to see 8 or 9% interest rates, I'm pretty sure. Maybe even 10 for 30-year mortgages. Pretty sure that's where we're heading. We just need to get the big, beautiful bill passed in the Senate, and we're golden. Golden. Some freebies. I like the little deers. Yeesh. The mailman would clean the mailboxes. Wouldn't that be kind of their responsibility, I think? It's funny, only the USPS can use the mailbox. But it's like, why? It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Because they don't maintain it. So why can't anybody just put some shit in there and deliver it? That's like, doesn't make any sense. Like, fuck canvassing, just go around and put shit in the damn mailbox. And you do that, it's a federal offense. It's like, okay, whatever. Gotta walk up to every damn house and leave a stupid flyer. I tell you guys the other day, it said some chick knock on the door for door knocking for solar. I was like, really? It's 7:45. I answered it shirtless. I was like, whatever. There's a car. There's a car. Okay. You don't care. I'm like curious, do you see the car or not? Do you hear it? I don't understand. Or are you just like, yeah, the car's driving by, I'm gonna walk across the street, it's not that big of a deal? You gotta wonder. Look at, they got the little tree with the little, it's like got a scary tree. It's like, ooh. Goodness gracious. I've been giving grief to the guys in the solar industry on LinkedIn. That shit's been fun as fuck. I don't know which one I like more, LinkedIn or I definitely like X more. I get a lot more likes and comments on my shit on X than I do anywhere else. That's why I've been posting the most on X. And if you really want to follow my extremes, then yeah, you'll go join me on X and have fun with that. Fucking worried about what I'm posting. My goodness gracious. Fucking. Ugh. You should be worried that you still have my videos up. That's goodness gracious. How bad do I have to be? No, I could be pretty bad. I might keep going though. Oh yeah. Oh, we got the Electrify Expo coming up in June. We'll have our press passes for that. I'll be going. It's on a Saturday and Sunday in Long Beach. Come on, Nugs. Let's go. Yeah, the little weed whacker trimmer. Yeah, the Optimus bot's gonna figure that shit out. Not really, but sure. Yeah, someone was doing the math on the robo-taxi and how, because the understanding is by 2030, robo-taxi will help Tesla be like a $35 trillion company just on its own. Optimus is $25 trillion, right? So robo-taxing, and it's like, okay, well, Tesla's already trading, it already has, and like, and earnings per share of like 30 times like the average industry standard. It's like 158. So it's already way over compared to like any other fucking stock. Seriously. So for it to reach 35 trillion, it literally needs to do 30 times in terms of sales for those robotaxis. It's like, we're talking millions of these cars need to be on the road by 2030. And it's like, is that even possible? When you look at its vehicle lineup, I mean, it's shipping about 130,000 vehicles a quarter. So what's that per year? That's not even a million a year. So I don't know. I agree. I don't know how you're getting to 35 trillion without just that EPS just going up and up and up. Avoid solar stocks, because once that tax credit's gone, eek. Tesla's fine. They're going to keep this shit super cost effective. In fact, I think they're going to do the RoboVan and Optimus for their installs to at least get the batteries in place. That's like the next big thing. It's just all batteries. California's pushing legislation to kick people off of NEM 1 and 2 to get them to have to get batteries, because we need more batteries on the infrastructure. The solar industry is like freaking out about it, and it's like, guys, this is like a perfect opportunity. Would you rather just install batteries? Like seriously, you don't have to get on the fucking roof. Like seriously, an electrician can do it instead of some ditwit, with no experience or that was, certified. Right. They'll be like quick. It'll be so much better. They should be rooting that shit on. But the reality is Enphase and SolarEdge, two of the larger names in the space, don't have AC coupled batteries. Only Tesla does. So keep going with Tesla. You're safe there. The backwards compatibility with these other brands is questionable a lot of the times. And I like SolarEdge, but they fucking idiots. They need to build a hybrid battery with their optimizers, and they don't understand what a hybrid battery is. It's a less complicated configuration. That's what it is. Fronius and SMA, oh my goodness. If you could get BYD or Cattle to build you a hybrid battery, you could come back hard. You could make such a fucking comeback. Maybe AP Systems. I mean, those guys did actually build their own battery. I called him out on it, and I was like, yeah, what is this? Some white labeled shit? And he's like, no, we actually built this one. I'm like, oh no shit. You took your microinverter technology and made a big string inverter. Yeah, it's a battery inverter. It's still a microinverter. In our mind, it's meant for the battery. It's like, oh, okay, I agree. This is the kind of shit I was telling Enphase to do. But instead, they made a weird ass box. It's like, oh my goodness. That 10C is like... So it's got some design attributes that I'm like, I see some potential in a reconfiguration on this design. But yeah, well, that's on you guys to figure out, And if you want some real feedback, you want some real real vision on how to move forward, just hit me up. I'll charge you $240 an hour, minimum 2 hours, so $480. It's the same shit I charged the investment firm on the Powerwall 3. You know, that's what I charged, and we did 2 consultations. I made $960, and here we are today with the Powerwall 3, with over 1 million deployed in less than 6 months. I mean, they literally sold more than fucking units than they've sold any other Powerwall in the shortest amount of time, because it's that good of a product. I fucking knew the demand was there for that damn product. I fucking knew it. That configuration's so right. And the hybrid battery, oh, it's an even better market. It really is. It really is. So, hey, come here. I gotta get the mail. Gotta throw this away. Oh, hope you guys are having a good day. It's like, what is a hybrid battery? Well, it's not an inverter. I'll tell you that. Sheesh. He's just wobbling and wobbling, doing his little thing. Oh. Come on, little turkey. Let's go have breakfast. Where is he going? This shit's comical. Oh man. Come on. Oh. They can do it with their current battery. I was super stoked that they sent it. I opened it all up. I'm like, oh yeah, you can turn this into a hybrid battery. And it wouldn't be too hard at all. Oh, let's get rid of the poop bag. Don't want to carry around the poop. I feel the end phase is like the one that's gonna get hit the hardest. You know, at least their stock's under 50. I mean, whew, did they drop hard. Sunrun dropped 50% yesterday. 50%. Just boom. They had a high of like fucking $12, and they're down at like $6.50. Them guys just had the rug pulled out from under them. And it's only gonna get worse. And it was funny because I was just talking to a guy at Axia, and we were mentioning some shit, and he's mentioned like Sunrun or something. I'm like, well, they're the next ones to go under, like Sonova. Yeah, fucking stock drops 50%. It was like fucking last week. Okay, let's get you cleaned up. Okay, come here. Oh, yeah. Oh. Yeah, but the Electrify Expo is going to be good. It is going to rock your socks off. Faux show. Faux show. What are you doing? Oh, baby, no. What's up? Nobody knows who I'm talking about. I'm just talking. But people are scared of what I say. They're scared of what I say. Like, you're scaring us. You're scaring us, Dale. Oh no. Dale's scary. He's speaking the truth. He's predicting the future. Oh no. Not really, but it's funny as shit. Yeah, right now, this rush to go solar for the tax credit, I don't see being the same as the NEM rush, and which is good because a lot of the companies are going to end up going out of business. So if anything, you probably don't want to go solar at all. If you do, you're not doing it because you're getting it for a tax credit. You're just doing it just because. So. bunch of num-nums right here. Let's see, what's today? Does anybody know? What's today? It is the 22nd. No, tomorrow you get your Dasaprim. What's up, girl? Good morning. Turkeys. I think this is turkey. This might be the beef one. Ooh, we got some carrots in there. This is good food. This is the kind of stuff you want to be feeding your dog. It really is. Got some chickpeas. Look at him. Look at how happy he is. You want to go? Hang on. Why don't we get like Patrick view, so you get a Patrick perspective of him eating. That'll be fun. Okay. Are you ready for your num-nums? Okay. You go, little guy. I'm gonna refill your water because you got a bunch of little. Yeah, get in your food. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Oh, you got yummies? Yeah, okay. We'll get this video out, and I hope you enjoy the story on American free speech and how it doesn't exist anymore. It really doesn't. As long as you got money, you can bully people, you can threaten them. So that's just the reality of it in America. And that's what we've just got to come to accept. And it's a shame. Maybe one day that'll change. Maybe the First Amendment will have truths to it where you really do have freedom of speech and a judge can't strip that away, a contract can't strip that away, a person can't threaten that away from you. But you know, it is what it is, and don't be fooled. We will one day come back to being a great country. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe not even in my lifetime, but once we all experience the sorrow of not having any more control of our lives and what we're allowed to say, we will be thankful for those that stand up and fight for us again. You know, it's life repeating itself. Our founding fathers fought for so much freedom for us all to have. And you know, I am grateful for the country I live in, but I'm also infuriated that this country has become a corrupt pig. It really has. So God bless you. I don't love you.